Was that high school or little league?
High
That,
school.
High school.
that's
Oh,
high
okay.
school, bro. High. I didn't even know they get that high, but hey, who am
What
I?
what would Joe Clark say? That's all I'm gonna say.
In the words
Uh,
of Bad Santa,
They call me
shit kid, they
Batman.
can't always be winners.
Hey,
man, that's tough. That's tough.
I'm not sure where Miss Day is. I better send her a text message. On her, she probably sleeping. Don't see. Message sent. Anywho, good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, look, it's my baby girl. Wow. Hey, hey, hey. That's my baby girl. Look here, y'all. What? The infamous Sasha Thomas, Princess Onyx. She probably doing like this. Really, Dad? Anywho, my sister all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Miss Candace Echoes. Good evening to you. Still eating gumbo? Or are you tired of it yet? Miss Dana, aka Dana Hunter. Let me see if I can do it right. Dana! Be a unicorn today. How about that? Uh-oh. What you know about that? Hey, you know, I know about music. It's the rest of the panel that don't know about music. I know about it.
I know about you.
Hey man,
You ain't playing no wishing well. That's all fine with me.
yeah.
Hey, they don't know about it. Nika Neek. Another one of my sisters out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Man, I had a great time with you guys this last weekend. Balls of laughs, fun. Maybe I should say van loads of fun, right?
Hey, whatever you want to say, man. You just said it now.
Hey,
You're right. Them your balls. So
hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Just
balls
enjoy.
of fun.
Yeah,
No. Anywho, we got let's see here. We got Trey in the building. Trey, we need you on the show, man. We want you on the show. How about that? We need you here. Okay. All the way from the YouTube world, we got Miss Ilona Wave. Thank you again for tuning in, hanging out with us. That's right. Get that laugh in. You know what it is, Nika. Majoy's in the building, you guys. Good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in. We're missing one of our grown folk, but either she's gonna join in with us later, or maybe she won't. I don't know. I ain't heard from her. I hope she's all right. We shall see. Anywho, so look, we got this music. I think I will start us off with a video today. As soon as the dude Devin gets my video to me, then I can shoot y'all with the new introduction video that I've been working on. It's 99.9% ready. I'm just waiting on 0.01. In the case of baby the dude Devin, you are the father.
Hey man.
Hey.
Like, wait, who hugged you? Huh?
Wow, he busted up. That's a good one. Anywho, I'm gonna start the show off, you guys, like this.
Live in studio, you're tuned into Gentlemen After Dark. Hey, Onyx.
Tonight's episode of Gentlemen After Dark is going to be brought to you by. Let me get these words properly. She's gonna kill me. I had to fix all of this stuff. I know I'm gonna have to hire me some technical support here for real. Hold on, I'll do nothing else. Let me go to them. Brought to you by the Cricket Collection. The Cricket Collection. If you remember the young lady, my niece, who was on the show last week. This is an original piece that she created. So tonight she wanted to sponsor the show. So here you go. If you have not had a chance to go and take a look at her website, that is her information. The Cricket with a K, thecricketcollection.com. Take a look, you guys. The youth, they're trying to do big things. So get out there and support. Get out there and support. We're going to get rid of that. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. So let me introduce my panel here. We got the dude, Devin.
Good morning. And them,
right? We got Miss Three. And for the record, y'all know she ain't sitting in the car with Mello. They in two different parts of the world. Just she looked like she frozen too. She got that straight face.
It's cold out there. It's cold.
Right? And then we have my guy, my little brother, big brother, Snoopy Mello Cliff or Cliff Mello Snoop, all the above. So I'm thinking Three will be right back in a minute. Just heard from Day. Miss Day will be here shortly. So she's running a little bit late. Anywho, welcome back, Three. Are you back? Nope, she's still frozen.
She's still frozen.
She's still frozen.
She got y'all out.
She unfreezing. Right. Anywho, so good evening, everybody. Piper, I see you. Good evening. Nickel G, what up, though? What up, though? Hey, man, did you thaw out? I know you was frozen over there yourself. Trey is having reception problems. I got you. No worries. And last but not least, I'm your host. I'm Onyx. Anywho, so we're going to have some fun, you guys. I didn't pick a specific topic other than let's talk about it. There are some things going on in our world, in our society, in our environment, our communities that we, Gentlemen After Dark, the panel and I decided that we want to address certain things. So we're going to start off with one of the hot topics that's been in, I'm going to say the news. It's been on social media heavy. A topic that was near and dear to my little big brother. He was like, hey, can we talk about this? So I said, sure, why not? And as always, to my audience, you know, I invite you to participate in this conversation. You know, I will be reading those comments to share with the panel as well. So feel free to speak your piece, because remember, Gentlemen After Dark is a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. So here we go. We're going to start us off with boom. Dave Chappelle. And this is a quote that I'm going to assume that he wrote, but it is definitely written here. I believe it is his words. It says, I support anyone's right to be who they want to be. My question is, to what extent do I have to participate in your self-image? So we're going to let my little big brother start us off with this dialogue.
Well, the reason why I wanted to bring it to the table, since we had an open forum today, it's hot on the topic because all of us have seen, or probably or heard, at least heard the uproar dealing with the comedy special. Have you guys all seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
The latest one he came out with.
Yeah, the closer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a straight man, so of course it's easy for me to say it, but I personally didn't find it offensive. And those of us who have seen his past comedy specials, he touched on the LGBTQ. I think I got them letters right.
Yeah.
community, and that was one of the jokes about even getting the letters all correct. And so he addressed it a little bit more in this last comedy special, and how he's not homophobic, transphobic. Um, he mentioned having a friend who was a comic who was trans, who ended up killing herself based on all the social media attacks that she got. So that didn't stop there. People didn't weren't trying to hear it. You got the gay black um, community, or the gay black trans community, who's saying they have to understand it's even harder for a black trans guy, or excuse me, female, and how could he do that, and all this stuff. And then you got the whole cancel culture. I say all that to say, just as that quote said, if you bring it up again, just because I don't agree with anything anybody does, I think we have to. I can respect it. I can respect it,
Right.
and I think that's what he was doing. I mean, he made jokes about it, but people have made jokes about everything from the beginning of time. And in today's culture, everything is so sensitive. Because, and just to go back a little bit, can you imagine having Archie Bunker's show on TV today? No, you wouldn't. Unless
Damn.
it was on cable, it's not going to be on regular TV.
At
Mm,
all.
not at all.
So even today's stuff, I mean, people's lifestyle, it is, I've said it many times on this show. Who you fuck don't make me come. So if that's your thing, that's your thing. Like I repeat, I'm a straight heterosexual man. So whatever you say or do is not going to turn me that way. So people live their life. At the end of the day, only one person or one being is going to judge us all. So who am I to say? And I learned, or became more educated by my former girlfriend, who had a whose cousin was lesbian. And I've told this story a million times. We haven't gone to a gay club, man. That was eye opening. You think just by appearance alone, you can't tell who's gay, who's straight, who's this or that. But guess what? If they having a good time, as long as they ain't bothering me, I ain't bothering them. Live your life. And I think that's in the essence of all of that. I think Dave was saying that, and we have bigger things to fight other than trying to critique a comic's words, because kids who are coming up that way are killing themselves based on what people say. And social media is a beast, which we probably going to touch on tonight. And it's just sad that in this day we want to cancel everybody based on my opinion. Now, if I have an opinion about that, as long as I'm letting you live, why are you trying to make me be more than what I am, or more acceptance to your space? And I've already explained myself. And I think that's what's happened, like to the baby. I think Kevin Hart got in trouble one time.
Mhm.
And so when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? I'll open it up to the panel.
Shoot, we do. Anybody?
3. Is she-
You know, 3 has disappeared right now.
Okay, yeah, she. Voila. I'm gonna piggyback off what he said. I've I've done like research throughout my life, and a part of growth is to say, hey, you know what? I thought like this last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Now I don't. I
Right.
think different. I think better now. Uh, so with that said, I don't have a problem with anything that anybody is doing, as long as they're not hurting anybody else, and especially if they're not hurting themselves. If what you're doing with your life is making you happy and is helping your life to be fulfilled, who the hell am I?
Right.
I'm just a dude named Devin. That's it. I don't pay your bills. I don't sign your check. You see what I'm saying? I'm not your landlord. I have nothing to do with that. I would like that exact same respect from anybody
Hmm.
else too. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't eat pork. I'll just put myself in it. I don't eat pork. But I don't expect anybody that I know or don't know to stop eating pork because I told them it's not good for you because X, Y, and Z. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at one time, man, you need to stop eating that swine. I don't, don't eat pork. And now it's like, if that's what you want to do it because it's your body. It's your health. It's your body, and you may be more healthy than I am, and you eat pork every day, and I don't eat pork. So, whose battle am I really fighting? So back to that question, I don't think that Dave Chappelle was wrong. I think that he named it closer because he wanted to go ahead and kind of sum up everything that he had said in the previous shows prior to him saying it, and he did say he literally said my number one enemy has never been, the gay community. It was white folks. And when he made those
Right.
and when he made those jokes,
Right.
those are the people who are majority of the people that's in the crowd, and they were laughing harder than I was. Because when I'm
Right.
wiping my tears from laughing, I'm looking at them and they about to fall out their chair laughing. And I think that comedy has gotten to a space where now it's almost like against the law to do what you've been doing for years. Richard Pryor with Live from Sunset Strip, Eddie Murphy from
Mm-hmm.
Delirious, those shows wouldn't be the comedian legends that they are today if they came out now. Because what they even if they were to go back and show it like in a movie theater now, they would try to close the movie theater down. But these are legends, and everybody who they were talking about, they were in the show. They were present at the recording and stuff like that. So I think it's just time for people to just stay in your own lane.
Three. We hear you. Three.
Uh, you know, tend to what pays you, your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just do this quick acknowledgement. Miss Cindy, I see you. Good evening to you. Mr. Damon, what up, DJ? Thank you for tuning in, man. I always know I can count on you. Appreciate you. No, I don't think anybody's smacking Candace. I think there was a little ruffling of some papers or whatever, but no, we good. Nobody's eating. We got it. So
That was me right there. Look,
right. Let me
got to
say,
coordinate.
Coordinate.
sharing a little of my own, what they say, life again. I spent 20 plus years of my life working in retail, fashion. I worked for a major chains, actually. And we know a lot of times fashion is associated with a certain community. As both of you fellas have alluded to, what you do it doesn't bother me personally. That's not my lifestyle. I'm not gay. I'm heterosexual male, but I'm not, as Dave said, I'm not homophobic or any of those other phobias. Um, uh, Even at work, man, there's I'm gonna call him a guy because that's what he is for me from my eye, but he dresses as a lady on my beat. I see him all the time with the pink wig and the dress and the heels and the whole 9 yards. As a kid back in the day, yeah, man,
We be clowning.
we clowning, we laughing, we straight talking about the dude or lady, however he identifies himself. We straight talking about him at that point. But as time grows on and we become older, we do not handle ourselves like that anymore. Again, what your lifestyle preference is, that's your business. The issues that I have with any of that community is, why is it that what you do, your lifestyle, it's impressed upon the rest of us? I can't share my heterosexual desires, experiences in that form with you without you being offended, but you can share all yours with everybody else, and we are supposed to take it. And then for those individuals, we're going to use social media or any form of media. As soon as you say any word against that community, period, it's all bad. Why is that? What is the difference in the two communities? far as I'm concerned, if you heterosexual, you heterosexual. If you're homosexual, you homosexual. You bisexual, you bisexual. Whatever. That's your personal choice. It may not be right in my eye, but at the same time, again, Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Well, who am I to judge you on what you're doing? Just as who are you to judge me on what I'm doing?
Right.
So, to fill you in, Miss Day, we are talking about. Let me post up the picture once again so you can see it. It's the Dave Chappelle story here. It says, I support anyone's right to be who they want to be. My question is, to what extent do I have to participate in your self-image? So welcome, everybody. Welcome, Miss Day. She a little tardy for the party, but she made it. Hey.
Hello, black people. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't miss none of Devin's jewels, did I?
no, not really. No, not really. Not really.
Damn.
Oh man.
How do you feel? What do you think about the whole
Did
Dave
you see the
Chappelle?
special?
Yeah, I did see his special, and I think that people completely missed what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I think they totally missed the mark of what he was saying. And the sad thing about it is that we've become such a sensitive society. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if anybody has said this earlier or whatever, but back when we was watching TV, they had, the Archie.
Yeah, I did say that.
The Archie, remember Archie
Mm-hmm.
Bunker? They were saying
Yep.
anything, the Jeffersons, Good Times, all those shows, and we laughed at it. Nobody took, you know, comedians had their jokes. They talked about blacks, they talked about whites, they talked about whatever. And everybody laughed. You have to laugh at yourself. So it's unfortunate that the gay community, and this is just from my observation, like they don't like nothing. And it's mostly coming from the gay community, the backlash. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to comedy, or you can't say. I mean, they talking about Michael Myers is a homophobic
I saw
because I
that.
mean,
Oh
come
my
What?
on.
god.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, they saying
From
that Michael
Halloween?
Myers,
The
a
latest one that
fictional
came out.
character, a
Wow.
fictional
Wow.
character, not even real, is homophobic because in the movie he kills two people. But I can watch Disney Junior with my babies, and they got commercials sup- talking about transgenders on the cartoons now. They got daddies and daddies and mamas and mamas.
Right.
But if you say something about it, then you in the wrong.
Devin, do me a favor, mute your mic.
Copy.
There we go.
If you say something about it, then you're in the wrong. Be who you are, whatever. But just like Onyx was saying, I don't know what the rest of you guys saying. I'm sorry I missed this topic. But I mean, you can't say anything about that community at
Right.
all without it being offensive. But they can bombard us with commercials, TV shows can't even have, I mean, fully straight cast. It's got to be, a gay community, or I mean, somebody in there is gay. Like we can't turn on anything without that community being represented.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I should not have to take part and not, love who you love, be who you want to be with, but it shouldn't be shoved down my throat,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Or I don't even know if I answered the question. I'm just so mad about it.
Hey, you
I
mad?
mean, I
I'm
really
mad
am. I
about
really
the
am.
I'm
I
mad
thought
about the
Disney Junior
whole
was a safe space. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? For my babies.
right.
I
I'm
thought
mad
it
at
was a
this.
safe space.
Sorry, I'm mad about this Michael Myers because every time I see Michael
Please.
Myers, I'm going. I'm 53 years old. I watched all these Halloweens and Freddy Krueger's and all that. That dude's still alive. He should be dead by now. That's what I was thinking. And you telling me this? That's like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
I ain't even hear about that.
Come on,
I
man.
mean, it's out of control. It's out of control. I don't
Yeah.
even know what the question was. It's out of control.
It wasn't really a question. It was
Yeah, it
it was
wasn't a
more like
question, just the
how do you
comment.
feel about the whole Dave Chappelle situation scenario? How about you,
Yeah,
Miss
they just
Three?
need to
Hi.
find this
Sorry.
thing.
Hey, stay. Um, as I think about Dave Chappelle, I don't know where I saw it. Um, he's like, they've paid me all these years, paid me major money when I say the N word. But as soon as this
Yeah, I
pops
saw
up,
that.
then it becomes a big issue. Um, and I think it's the clear folk that is making it a big issue. It's the whole. It reminds me of the whole. What's the lady's name? Karen's. It just
Mm,
reminds me of the whole Karen's thing. Now anybody can say anything, and now everything has to be investigated. It's ridiculous.
right,
And
right.
I mean, I support the community 100%. One of my dearest friends, her mother is married to a woman. Like I've been surrounded by it my whole life. I have nothing against it, but I think it's just out of control now. It just reminds me
Hmm.
of Karen. As soon as one person, one clear folks say something about it, then it's got to be on the news. Then it's got to be investigated, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, we take off on a tangent behind it, and it's like, wait, I just said sugar honey iced tea, and you just then now you need to look at my whole history and when did this start, and then you want me to go to therapy, and
Hmm.
but we
Yeah.
don't see any of the other, you know. I mean, it used to be a time. Let's talk about TV. It used to be a time when kissing was like, close your eyes, don't look at that, you know.
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then it got, it got a little bit better than kissing. It got to the little bit of nudity. You're gonna see a little. You would always see some titties. I'm gonna just call it like that, or some breasts. I'm sorry. Let's be right. You saw some breasts, right?
Call it what it is. Call it
Hey,
what y'all used to
Teddy.
call it.
you saw some.
Y'all,
Cat ass.
y'all used to call it.
You
Ah,
saw
Y'all
them.
went around the
Do I need
streets
to
talking
play that
about,
song? I got
Mama,
that
you see
song,
her
y'all.
face?
no, not
Do
no,
I need to
no,
play that
not
song?
not yet. Just
No,
hold up.
we're good. No, no, we went there
But
already.
look,
We remember.
and then that was unfair for the ladies because the ladies is going like, well, dang, they always showing the titties. When we gonna see some ding 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 ding? When we gonna see some of
Probably.
that, right? But now it's gotten so out of control. I've heard everybody talking so much about P Valley, P Valley. So I'm like, you know what? Let me watch P Valley. Man, what
Uncle Clifford.
what did I do that for? I dealt with Uncle Clifford at first. When I seen Uncle Clifford, I was good with that. Cool, no problem. It is what it is. He running his little strip joint, cool, or her, or whatever. They running a strip joint. Got it. But then when it alluded to the acts of
It didn't allude.
I couldn't go no more because that's not my lifestyle. The rapper and yeah, that was just too much for me. But guess what? We are no longer censoring that kind of stuff on TV anymore. We got access to all the World Wide Web. We got the Fire Stick. You can watch whatever you want to watch on your TV. Why is it acceptable to see all of that, but then it's not acceptable for them to endure and deal with what I like? I like the lady or the ladies, whatever. How come they don't want to see that part, but I have to see the other? I'm confused.
But it's gotten so tricky. Even I have a supervise a team of 10. And when I send out emails, and nobody has brought this to my attention and said it's a problem, but I personally am mindful now. When I send out emails, I usually have always said, "Hey, ladies, next steps, we got to do X, Y, and Z. But now I'm very cautious of even saying, hey, ladies, because now I think, like, what if
Right.
there's somebody on my team that doesn't want me saying that? So now I just say, hey, team. But it really made me step back and think about it.
Right.
Like, hey,
Right.
Yeah.
team, because of what if I'm offending somebody by saying, hey, ladies?
Oh wow, wait a minute. Hold on. Candace says shit. The haves and haves not showing the the dinkle heads. What?
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
What is
Candace.
that?
Ain't that a church
I
based
ain't never
show?
heard that
I
word before. I
No,
need
it's
y'all
That's
to
a
teach me
Tyler
no,
what that
Perry.
is so
That's
I
a
know.
Tyler Perry
a
soap
Tyler Perry
opera.
thing. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
I ain't even
okay.
they
never
all
heard of
say,
Well,
that.
oh,
well.
But you know what? I was watching something that had genuine on it, right? And
Bow,
so it
bow,
was it
bow.
wasn't a reality. I don't know what it was actually. It was like a clip of something I had seen somebody was talking about. And what it was is that it was a transgender next to him, and they were talking about, the community, and he was like, I like what I like. I like women, do your thing. And so the lady man was trying to kiss him. He was like, well, if you not, homophobic or don't like trans, then you should kiss me. He was like, I'm not down with that. And that man was really trying to force himself on genuine, and he was like, I'm not down with that. You know what I'm saying? I like women that are women that were born women. And do you know that community came down on him talking about he was homophobic and transgender
Yep.
phobic and everything? And it's like,
It's
are
like
you
forget about
kidding
his
me? So
wife at the
you
house.
so you
Forget
telling
about
me
that.
that he didn't want to kiss a man, because let's be clear, he's still a man until he gets that sex change.
But you're still a man,
He's
biologically.
Genetically,
he's
yeah.
Yeah,
transgender
genetic.
phobic
Thank you.
because he didn't want to kiss a man. Like, are you kidding me? So you crucifying this man because he didn't want to kiss another man? Like, it's getting out of hand. It's
That's
really getting out.
that's the unfair part that I see um, from the community. Why is it okay for you to do what you do, but it's not okay for us to do what we do? However that divides. Um, what they say, all is fair in love and war, but it's not. It's not.
Not anymore.
I have to conform and accept. You know, man, it used to be a time when you go to the restroom, the fellas went to the fellas side, the ladies went to the ladies side, right? I remember my mom telling me all the time, hurry up. You go in there, you hurry up, do what you got to do, and you come right on out of there. Do you hear me? I'm going to be standing right here waiting for you. Now, we all standing in line together, and I get it because we are being, what's the word, accommodating for all individuals. But now the restroom line has gotten longer because we all stand in the same line to use the same restroom. When it used to be a time when the fellas can go into a restroom at pee in the trough and we be in and we be out of there in no time flat. Now we is literally waiting to use the bathroom. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
But how
times have
about they done
changed.
made these transgender bathrooms now? And I just read on a case where uh, um, a boy who dressed up in a skirt went in there and assaulted a young lady, and the parents are furious about it. And I will, of course, naturally, because yes, I'm talking about the transgender. They got the well, the it's if you are a transgender, then you are allowed to. If you're a male and you identify as a woman, you're allowed into the ladies' room. And that boy dressed up like a woman. And so they've been sweeping this under the rug, from what I understand, because this isn't the first case. And this is happening in a high school.
Right.
Mm,
It's definitely something, you
right.
guys, that causes for our attention. I I wish Dave nothing but the best. I know he's going to hold his own no matter what. I think it is definitely something for all of us to take a lot more heed and warning to and pay attention to. Um, it's not right for those individuals that are making these decisions to go after certain people because they said certain things, or uh, the jokes, like you said, these jokes has been going on and on and on and on
Years.
forever. And I'm not saying to attack that community. I'm saying this is, man, I can say a whole bunch of stuff that I remember saying as a kid. The yo mama jokes.
Mm.
I remember them like yesterday. But guess what? As we mature, we get older, we make those adjustments. Well, how unfair it is for some people to make the adjustments while others remain the same on
Yeah,
whichever
because
side of the
one,
fence.
the Breakfast Club had a well-known um, transgender T.S. Madison. She. I'm gonna respect their wishes. Said that she was upset with what Dave said, but not to the point of quote unquote canceling, but to have a dialogue. Because I understand um, and come to appreciate, I can't say what offends you.
All right.
And if it does offend you, now just give me the opportunity to educate me. Why were you offended about that? Then we can have a dialogue. But to strictly attach, man, Onyx, he ain't shit. He did this. He talked about my boots. This and that.
But I did talk about your boots.
Yeah,
The boots?
wait, that's another story for another day.
We on boots now?
I did talk about them boots.
But you need to have a conversation before you start out there protesting and uproar, especially when you know the character of somebody. And that's what.
Mm-mm-mm.
But she also mentioned this. She said, "What I do is not going to be accepted by everybody. I understand that, but at least respect me as a person." And
Right.
that's where I am in my life. Like I said in the beginning, I don't like everything that somebody does. I don't have to accept it. But as long as you respect me, as Devin said, I'm going to give you that respect back, and we can keep it moving. And I think that's what if we all as humans did that. I think the world will be a much better place.
Hmm. I,
Mhm.
man, I agree with you. I agree. Anybody health? Anybody else have any final thoughts on this topic? All right. Well, I'm gonna sum it up with what my bro from Memphis said. You have to be careful. Period. It's costing people their careers and finances. Seriously.
For real. For real.
Yep.
So with people losing uh what do you call it? Mm, mm, mm. Sponsorships. They're losing sponsorships. They losing their jobs. They losing everything pretty much. So
Mhm.
let's just be mindful of that. Next on the topic, I got a couple of them, but I definitely want to talk about this um, specific topic because it's happening to a lot of people, man. And let me get rid of these words here so we could read it. Where's the thing on banners? Nope. Comments. There we go. So this says, got an active bank account, same day payments. DM me ASAP.
Scam
So
likely.
yeah, they didn't read that part.
At all.
So this is something, you guys, that has been happening, especially in the Instagram world, heavily. And I raise, my eyebrows to this because my baby girl, she hit me up and was like, "Hey, Daddy, do you know this person?" And she screenshotted the person who actually sent her a friend request, which was one of my quote unquote friends on Instagram. And I was like, "Yeah, but red flag went up instantly. Like, well, why is he sending you a friend request? I got issues with that." But after further review, guess what?
It was a money scheme.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We lost you on it?
They got him. They scammed him.
They
Oh
got him.
man, they got him.
Get him.
They didn't
Cre-
want him telling the truth.
Credit
Right.
cards and the scanner. Got
Right.
him.
They're like, we're
They
about to shut you down right now.
didn't want him telling the truth. As a
Isn't
matter
that
of
isn't
fact,
that
we all
ironic?
done disappeared. We all
I,
disappeared.
are we even?
Except
I can
three.
see you. I can
I
see
see
you, Miss
three.
Day. I
I
see Miss Day too.
Yeah, I see.
You see me?
Yeah.
It's just that the flyer is in front of your face.
right.
Oh, okay.
But Onyx, we left. So
Yeah,
anybody
Onyx
know about
is.
this topic as he comes back on?
He went to change his bank
There.
account numbers. So they
Look.
ain't getting in.
I know not to give nobody my bank account information.
Don't
That
do it.
part.
That is so crazy. But
Yeah.
everybody want they don't want to work for the money. They want to get rich
Exactly.
quick scheme.
It's the
And then you
microwave
end up
society.
getting scammed. And you end up getting scammed. Like I said, I have a one of those Nestbin cards. So I have a Nestbin card just for shopping online, period. Just so it don't
Hmm.
be affiliated with my bank account. Because if they decide to hack into that online card, they just go get whatever I put in there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instead of wiping out my whole bank account.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't link nothing.
But like
Nothing.
Devin said, they're preying on the kids, people,
Mm-hmm.
even some of us who want the quick money. But you
Hmm.
gotta fast money is fleeting money.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
especially with illegal, illegally gained funds. You know,
Exactly.
because you got some legalized fast money too, but it gonna go just as fast as if you're a barber. That money going just as fast as you made it, because you got to keep
Right.
getting your supplies. But with this right here, it's like I want some money so I can get these shoes, I can get these clothes, I can get this, that, the third, and this is how much it costs. How can I get that money that fast? They come out next week.
Right.
Them Jordans come
Right.
out next
Mhm.
Tuesday, so I'm not gonna be able to. I don't have $275 to my name, and they come out next Tuesday. So how can I? Well, I got $45. What if I could turn that into? And then they see something like this on Instagram because the algorithms are already gonna be
Mm-hmm.
linked in
Right.
every time you say
Hmm.
something around your phone, your
Right.
computer, your tablet. Now
Come on now.
you start
Yep,
seeing
that
all
is
these
so
little
true.
advertisements on Instagram and Facebook. You're like, yeah, I was just looking at a wallet, and now it's on Facebook. That's
Right.
yeah. Let me check that out.
Right.
So
You don't even have to Google it no more. You could just be talking to somebody about it and
Exactly.
it'll show up.
just talk about it.
And David said the hackers are hacking. Oh, you back? Oh, I was just
Thank y'all for
Did you
keeping this going, man.
Yeah, we thought
did
you
you
had
change
got.
your bank account?
Yeah, we
You
thought
change
your
your
bank
bank
account got
account?
cleared out.
Right, right.
so I was saying that one of your audience members, David Haslett,
Yeah,
he said the
that's Penny
hackers are
Snatcher.
hacking people pages and sending messages as if
Right.
it's them,
Right.
especially through the messenger.
Right,
Yep.
Right.
right,
That's why I don't
right,
have
right.
Facebook Messenger, Onyx.
You know what? You know what? You know,
uh,
you're not gonna do me like that. You're not gonna do me like that.
she done it. She done done it.
Anywho, I'm
but
sorry, y'all.
but it's coming
So
directly to your phone too, cause I get
right.
caught
Oh
like
yeah.
those car warranty ones.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh my
like
God.
The
this one
Oh
comedian
IRS,
said,
all of
my
them.
I got a 1984 Corolla. What warranty is on that?
That's when they hang up.
God.
They
Oh
hang
my
up
Right.
every time with
God.
that.
Right.
mm-hmm.
And I swear I blocked like five of those numbers
Thank
every
you.
single day. Every day.
So I'm thankful for you guys because y'all kept it going. I forgot to plug my computer in. You know, I took it with me to Pittsburgh, and yeah. Anywho, let me just speak this little piece.
Very unprofessional.
Uh,
Got him.
I apologize. Anywho, listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as my mother would tell me, and I know that Cliff, Snoopy Mello, and Miss Day. And I'm going to even go as far as saying Miss Three. Our parents, and I'm sure it's all of us, nothing in life is free. If it seems too good to be true, it's too good to be true. You invest $800 and you're going to get $5,500 in return. When do the light go on in your brain that goes, something ain't right about this? But I will say that I'm proud of my daughter. She didn't get herself caught up in no shenanigans. She reached out to her dad. She asked. Like I've said before, my daughter is an adult at this point. As her dad, I'm here not to tell her what to do, but to help her through, guide her through some of these hurdles that's going to be coming her way. You guys, the Christmas holiday season is rapidly coming upon us. Now I'm going to go into my old loss prevention mode. Don't take your possessions for granted. There are people who are here who are just here to thrive off of you.
Right.
Buy these gift cards. Give me 500. I'm gonna give you 5,500. There's no such thing. And then it's taking you years. I talked to a young lady yesterday. It took her 1 year to get her $3,000 back from her bank because she had been frauded by way of the whole Instagram thing. And like you guys had said, while I was away, it was her friend. So she thought that had the plug on getting this cash. They don't got the plug, y'all. Stop it. Because if I had the plug, guess what? I'm not about to tell none of y'all that I got this plug. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to keep racking this money in for myself. I might share some with you, but I'm not going to tell you how to get that plug. Right. These people are just playing on our desire to get money. Money is the root of all evil.
So
I'm
just
real quick
before you, the who's in the neighborhood goes back to our conversation last week. It just because your children are, I don't have an older child, but just because your children are young adults in their 20s, it doesn't mean that we have to wait for them to make the mistake. We should be educating our children now. I told my son yesterday, I was like, listen, at some point you're going to go to college and they're going to have all these tables set up and they're going to want you to take a credit card. I'm telling you now, you got 4 years before you got to deal with this. I'm telling you now, to always say no. Just call me. But we just got to keep educating and keep educating and keep educating and not assume because they're in their late 20s or in their 30s that they know these things, because they don't. So like we said last week, we are responsible for educating our youth, our children.
And remember, it ain't just our youth. It's some of us grown folks.
That part.
It's some of us grown folks because, somebody going to call you up and say, can you give me your account number again? Because we need to get those gift cards. And then guess what? We go ahead and we buy $5,000 worth of gift cards. And
And guess what? The police is picking you up in Walmart because the gift cards are stolen.
Hey, come on, man. That's my loss prevention days.
You don't know. You like, I brought it from Chris. I don't know his last name, but
they can be like Chris who? Tell Chris to get you out of jail.
So, man, I'm happy to see my guys here. You guys, let me introduce you guys to our Who's in the Neighborhood. I like that, y'all. We're gonna have to steal that one. Who's in the Neighborhood? Welcome, please, you guys. His name is Kevin Rudd, but tonight we're gonna call him Coach Rudd. Coach Rudd.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We about to talk about that score.
Yes,
we gonna talk about that score.
You gotta talk about it.
I got this here, you guys, because when I saw it, I was like, huh? Who did that? No way, that's not for real. But come to find out, this was very much real. In the daily news, and this was the New York Daily News. This is how worldwide distant made it. 106-0 blowout in high school football game is slammed as classless. For those of us who know about it, the city of Inglewood has hit the map here in the greater Los Angeles or California area. Let me see if I got the teams right. That was that's Inglewood, Morningside, and what was the other team?
Yeah, Inglewood Sentinels and Morningside Monarchs.
Sentinels. There you go.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about this, man, because to me, it's a hot topic, almost as hot as Dave Chappelle, in the sense of 106-0. Personally, I was like, dang, they got their butts whooped. Good God.
How's that even possible?
Right.
That's a lot of Prince. That's a lot of Prince.
That's a lot of Prince right there.
Don't they stop the game after you reach a certain point?
They were just like, come on, just make a touchdown.
Yeah,
They just said, come on through.
Well, I think that let me interject right quick. I think
Please.
that's why Orlando. I mean, y'all call him Onyx. I call him Orlando. I think that's why he kind of reached out to me, because everybody was hitting me up on social media. And to me, I'm an alumnus of Inglewood. So, of course, I love Inglewood pounding Morningside like they did. On the other hand, I was at the game.
Ooh.
And that game could have easily been 200-0.
Wow.
Easily. I want to say within those of you that know football, there's 12 minutes, 4 quarters in a football game. 4 minutes into the game, it was already 32-0.
What?
32-0, 4 minutes into the game. Now, as a coach, I've been on both sides of the winning a game and losing a game. In football, I think somebody brought up the mercy rule and all that. There's only a mercy rule in baseball and softball. In football, the coach has an option, which he did not use at halftime, was to stop the game.
Man.
He had a choice to stop the game, but his players told him, we want to play. We came here to play. Whatever happens, it happens.
There you go.
Now,
sound good.
Whatever happens, it happens. And right quick, I don't know if you guys, as I was listening to you guys talk about your other topic, I recall seeing, because like Orlando said, this has made worldwide news.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Miss Tate, who's the current principal at Inglewood, she made her statement. Dr. Torres, who's the superintendent of Inglewood Unified School District, she made her statement. But I really wish the statement from Channel 7 that went out today, I wish that could have been the first statement. And I think a lot of it would have kind of toned down a little bit. The
Can you
statement
share that
from
with
Channel
us?
7 was, we still, now this is they interviewed the football team at Morningside. We still fought to the very end, even though it was a lopsided game. We knew going in how good Inglewood was. Even though this is a city rival, for those of you that don't know, Inglewood and Morningside are 2 high schools in England. So this is always a rivalry. It's always the last game of the season. The Morningside football players, they all have said that the attention that this game has gotten has been blown out of proportion. We lost. There's nothing there. They were better than us. It is what it is. Those of us that are returning, we will use this as fuel for next season.
There you go.
Now,
excellent.
Again, my take, I've been coaching 30, 34, 35 plus years. I've been on the winning side. I've been on the losing side. As I told Orlando today when we spoke, I'm on the winning side, and I'm a basketball coach. I'm coaching my team. The opposing coach tells me, Coach, don't stop pressing. Let your kids continue to be aggressive, because the only way that my kids are going to get better is if they play the style of play that you are playing. That's one component of it. I've been on the bad end of it as well. I tell the coach the exact same thing. Coach, keep pressing. Don't stop doing what you're doing, because the only way, again, my kids are going to get better is if they play this level of competition. My only instance on this is there's a lot of the blame game going on, whether it was the coaches, they shouldn't have left the quarterback in. But when I was in high school, I played quarterback. And when you see certain games to where you can have what's called a stat game, you're going to use Morningside as your stat game. Even though Inglewood, they're 8-0, I think 8-0 at the time, you're going to use that game as a stat game. And from what I've heard from people that are associated with the high school is that the kid Martin, who's a quarterback, the kids that's committed to UCLA, he told the coach, I want to break the high school record of throwing touchdowns in a game, which was 10. I was at the game. A Pop Warner football quarterback could have thrown 13 touchdowns against Morningside. That's just how bad that team was. Do you fault the coach? You can on one end because your kids aren't prepared to play. I have a high school classmate who is a teacher at Morningside, and he's now on the coaching staff, so he's up in the press box. Again, I told you guys what the score was 4 minutes to the game. Sorry for being long-winded. He came down out the press box and sat with us, and he told us. I told him what was going to happen. He didn't want to listen. So whatever happens, it's going to happen. It's for one, you have to prepare your team to play the game. This isn't community league. This isn't Park and Rec. This isn't, parents sign up. Who's going to bring snacks after the game. This is a high school contest where one team is going to lose, one team is going to win, and you have to be prepared to play the game. I looked up Morningside's games this year. They lost 50-0.
Oh Lord.
43-0. 33-0. 67-0. That's not Inglewood's fault.
That sounds like the coach need a new.
That's on the head coach not having your kids prepared to play. Again, like I told you guys, I've coached from AAU all the way to college. My second year in high school, a team beat me 123 to I want to say 33. And this is a game that I made reference to of the coach where I told him continue to press. Continue to get on transition. I mean, it was a dunk contest. After the game, I told my kids, you remember this. We were 1-22 that season. And I told them after that game, we're going to have spring practice. We're going to have summer practice. In the fall, for those of you that do not play football, you're running cross country. So by the time October starts, we are going to be in the best shape possible. 1-23. The next following year, I went to the championship with that same team. So it's about
at that time, they should have brought in a JV or something. Like,
I'm telling you,
what the mascot were doing.
When Morningside came out to tunnel, I was like, it's no way this is a varsity football team. It's no way.
wow.
But I get it. I get it because everybody's looking at the score, but there's more than just the score.
Yeah, because if the boys
said they wanted to play, hey, I mean, at least they wasn't quitters.
Right.
And if you really are into sports, I'm a Saints fan. I know we got some Raider fans in here. I don't know what 3 and the dude is, but when you got a third string quarterback playing the position, you need him to get all the reps that he possibly could get. The score could be they ain't got a chance to win, but they're gonna run these plays to give him that practice that he needs. So
talking about practice?
I mean,
we ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice.
Practice.
I'm just saying,
it seems like they were trying to practice then.
Right.
They came to a real life practice.
The other team practice.
Boy, oh boy. But it's crazy because when I had this conversation initially, oh my goodness, the pushback that I got was They should have stopped the game immediately. That whole
No.
skunk rule. I mean, as kids, I remember we would go 21-0. That was skunk.
Right.
If you got to
Right.
21, then we stopped the game
That's
and
skunk.
whatever. But like you said, this is a competition at the high school level. So if the coach of the losing team didn't exercise his rights, why are we pressing on the winning coach?
Right.
And
Why are we
But
on
he
him?
said that the boys said they didn't want to. They didn't want to quit.
Even
And the
Rocket
state-
Trainer wanted to throw the white towel in when he was getting beat up.
throw the damn towel.
Throw it. It's like, help me, please. Coach.
Hey man, listen. If I can't say anything positive, I'm gonna say this for the Morningside team players. For those that decided that they wanted to keep playing, I'm
Kudos to them.
gonna give them
commend you.
this
Exactly right. I commend you. Right.
because Anita Baker said everybody wants to be a winner. We want to see our name in lights and be at the top and all of that stuff. There are going to be winners. They're going to be losers. They're not always going to be losers, and we're not always going to be winners. So, to my parents who took offense to the spanking, the beat down, the whooping, whatever you want to call it,
Master.
All of the above.
what is the lesson that we're teaching our children? Because if we, who was that? Busy V-Rod. He said, it started with everyone getting a trophy. Everybody can't get a trophy. Everybody can't be a winner. You cannot be. And if that's the message that we're teaching our kids, you're a winner no matter what. Yeah, I get that, but you also have to be prepared for the downside of winning because it happens.
Right.
So you can be able to make the adjustments.
Correct. You got to teach them that.
The trophy thing comes from a parent that's in sport. I'm not a coach, don't know the expertise of any of this. However, from a parent perspective, when they're young, I think the trophy thing happens to teach kids about sportsmanship. I think is the message to build their confidence that you see you can do it. You can do anything. It's not until middle school and high school when the competition changes. But they do. When they're little, they get these trophies, I think, to build kids' confidence and to help them not give up on something that they like. So I think that's what happens initially with the trophy thing. But yeah, it's not till middle school and high school. When you win some, you lose some, and it is what it is.
Right.
And either you're going to change your game and change how you practice and change your personal effort in addition to your team practice. But yeah, the game changes in middle school and high school, especially high school.
I think it should be before middle school. I think it should be before middle school. We got to start letting our kids know, just like you said, everybody can't be a winner. Sometimes you lose, and when you lose, you practice harder. You practice harder to get better to try to get a winning team. I mean, it should be before middle school. I ain't talking about like the little T-ball and everything, but once you get on the baseball field and you throwing overhand, somebody ain't gonna get a trophy.
Right. Yeah, because when I played basketball, there was 3 awards. The first place got the bigger trophy, the second place got the smaller trophy, and the third got a plaque. Everybody else, you got the cupcakes at the little party afterward, but you didn't. You didn't
give them the cupcakes.
Yeah.
Because
I gotta go, y'all. But I'll see y'all next week.
See you, Mello. Thank you, bro.
I guarantee you 10 minutes later, them kids ain't going to be thinking about them trophies. They running in the park, playing, laughing, doing whatever they forgot about
eating up all the cupcakes.
And I like the way you guys brought up the sportsmanship piece of it too. Because as you guys have stated, the sportsmanship, it's twofold, winning and losing. If you're a winner, of course you celebrate your win, but if you're a loser, you still have to show some type of sportsmanship to where you're not a sore loser. We see it in the NBA, the LeBrons, they lose and they pout and they walk off the court. But the sportsmanship, it goes both ways, whether you're winning or whether you're losing.
It's an opportunity for living life's lesson. That's the only way I can see it. I'm very competitive. Although my brother just got off there, but we grew up in the backyard playing throw up tackle on cement. You know what I mean? We had our favorite team player or whatever, and we always played on opposite teams. One of us had to win. There's that time that I'm gonna be the winner. There's the time he's the winner. Well, as we got older, we got away from the physical sports. So then what? We pick up the joysticks and we playing all the games, Tecmo Bowl, John Madden, NBA Jam, all of that. But the goal is what? To win. I want to win, period. And no matter how big the score was, I mean, when we started doing the 21-0 skunk rule, that was because we was just trying to get as many games in as we possibly could. For, again, our parents, you have to, especially for these children that are in high school, they are one step away from the real world. And the real world, they not nice. They don't give you a award for just showing up.
Unforgiving.
The real world will beat you till you can't stand up no more.
Right.
So allow your child to take that whooping, and hopefully they'll have a coach like Coach Rudd here who said, you know what? We lost this season, guys. We was 1-22. Y'all remember that show, The Bad News Bears? What happened to them? Buttermaker turned around and made that the best team ever.
Right.
And they still didn't win the championship.
Right.
That's okay. We'll be back next year.
Right.
So, I
they
think
celebrated.
Right. I think, like you said earlier, Kevin, it would have been great if Channel 7 could have had that interview with the children, the kids, the young men, shall I say, have them to express how they feel.
Right.
Instead of the parents jumping in, hooping and hollering about how they feel, and now you want to go after, somebody else livelihood. You trying to get the man's job and get him fired and get him investigated. Why? Because he prepared? I don't understand that.
Because parents try to live vicariously through their children.
Right.
When they're not out they're not the ones out there doing the work, putting in the time, but they want to be the first ones to be hot-headed and want to claim all this stuff. But yeah, they want to live vicariously through their children, and just be there to support them. You don't need to live through them. Let them have their own experiences.
Right.
That part.
Right.
Let them have the experience.
Thank goodness that the Morningside coach came out and he didn't play victim. You know what I mean? He stated, "Hey, my boys wanted to play. I let them play."
Right.
Because for some of them, they're not even going to ever make it to the pros. They're not going to make it to the college level. For some, this is what they got. So once you do this, what? Game over for some. Those who are committed to a college, now they got the next level of fighting to do to even get to the pros. There's only a small percent. Y'all better start watching some of these movies. Rudy Remember the Titans and all of those football or sports related shows. These guys, it's a special breed that can get to the next level. And then from that level, they get to the next level. Everybody ain't gonna play. Everybody ain't gonna be a walk-on. Everybody ain't gonna get signed. We know that. So,
and coaches need to say that clearly to these kids that are playing. And then the kids can make the decision. Yeah, I still have passion and heart. I still want to play this sport. But when a coach gives you all that lowdown, then you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know now. But coaches need to be real with these kids also.
Right.
Not filling their hair with these pipe dreams.
And let's not forget about them getting hurt. Because that's a big thing. And, it's kind of sad seeing a 10th or 11th grader playing basketball or football, and then they get hurt, and they got their whole life planned out until that knee went out. Now they just giving up.
Right. Yep. The one thing I tell my kids, even on my teams and various basketball camps that I work, I always tell guys, guys and girls, you got to tell them, you got to have a plan B. You know, what is your plan B? You know, like Onyx says, you know, everybody can't play college ball. Everybody can't play, you know, whatever professional field they want to get to. You know, what is your plan B? You know, and of course, you know, us as parents, you know, we're going to always say, you know, athletics, you know, academics, you know, trumps, you know, athletics. So, you know, you have to have a plan B. Have to.
Did anybody watch that Colin Kaepernick special on Netflix?
Not yet. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't seen
But
it.
that's what I always tell my son. I
It's
tell him you
really
got two
interesting.
choices. You got two career choices in life. If you want to be an athlete, great. That's one career choice. But you got to have another one for your plan B. So don't think that's your only track. So I also need you to think about what's the B. And I don't even call it the B. I just tell them you got two career choices. You can do both. Because you got to, if you want to do athlete, go ahead, continue to play basketball. I'm all for you. I'm your best cheerleader.
Right.
But now, what are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Because you got to work on that plan now. You can't work on it
Yeah,
when you get out of high school. You need to work on it now.
it was good, Sean.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
and I
reality.
just want to say real quick, Onyx, because this is a part of what we're talking about. Like he went out for the JV. I guess they have the JV and the freshman football team. He wanted to be quarterback, and he went out. He was smoking. Guess what? He didn't make it to JV quarterback. So what did he do? He worked hard. You know, it was a political thing going on, you know, with him, but he worked hard. He didn't like give up. You know, they was like, hey, if you want it next year, play your game this year, play it to the best of your ability. Next year, when you go out for the team, show them what you can do again. You know what I'm saying? So he thought he was the best, but he was set up to, you know, he didn't make it. So that was a loss to him. That was a failure to him. But he didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? He played his best game and he went out there the next year. You know, that's what we have to teach our kids. Okay, well, this wasn't your best season.
Right.
You know, you practice in the summertime or whenever they do, and then you just get out and do what you can do.
Right.
To Miss Three's point about having a plan B or having a backup, whatever, we see it time and time again. These sports athletes, they get injured, and their recovery back to the way they were, slim and none. One of my favorite receivers right now, Michael Thomas, number 13. That's my birthday. Y'all remember October 13th? Number 13, man. He went out with one thing and now he done got another injury and he ain't even been playing. Right. What the Hades?
Right.
So is he even gonna make it back? I don't know. Jameis Winston, my quarterback for the Saints. He been busting his butt trying to become the starting quarterback for the Saints. And guess what? That dude is out with ACL and I think it was the MCL or something.
MCL, yeah, the MCL too, right.
He got 2 issues. If he even get to play like he once did, man. So you got to have that backup. You got to let these kids live in the moment and enjoy being a child for as long as they can, because soon as that diploma for those seniors get handed to them, they can't go backwards.
Yeah, welcome to the real world.
Come on, man. I know. I wish I could go backwards. I wish. Can take me back to high school before I graduated. Like, I'll do it all over again at that point, and we're gonna do things differently. So, you guys, I appreciate you, Kevin, man. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us, man.
No problem.
When I saw your post, I was like, man, I got to call him right now. Like, hit me up for real.
Right. And real quick before you close, before you close, and the reason why O hit me up was someone had sent me a link from Long Beach Poly against Compton. 99-9. Has anybody heard anything about that game?
No.
99-9.
No. I could go even further. Hold on, let me pull up some of these screenshots because I didn't know some of this stuff. They talked about Lisa Leslie.
Right, that too.
Lisa Leslie was doing some of that kind of stuff where She carried the whole basketball team, had all the points except for maybe 10. So what's the difference? Why do we pick and choose what we're gonna put out there in front, the forefront, and give people a hard time for what?
Right.
Well, I wonder, as you look for that, I wonder if it was the parents that got this all riled up and made it more than what it needed to be, and then it becomes something huge.
Right.
That cancel culture
Somebody
stuff
put it
coming
on
up
the
again.
Twitter. Somebody done put the score up on the Twitter and it done went viral.
They put it on what, Miss Day? The tweeter?
On the tweeter.
What is it
On the
called?
tweeter.
On the tweeter?
The
The
tweeter?
little small
Or the
speakers, the
Twitter.
little bitty speakers.
She said the tweeter.
The
Tweeter.
not the woofer, the tweeter.
Put the tweeters.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, right here. Look. Lisa Leslie scored 101 of her team's 102 points.
Wow.
And did so in 16 minutes of play.
And that's just one half of basketball.
Wow.
One half.
Wow.
Final score was 102-24.
That means somebody hit one free throw and missed the other one. Because where did the 1 point come from?
That's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Come on.
Do y'all remember back when the Olympics was in, I think it was in Barcelona that year, and the United States beat Spain? Like, it was like 140 something to, I don't know, like a small number. Same thing. They played 4 quarters and they got out there, they did their thing. They lost, but I mean, hey, it happens, you know.
Right.
That we here to compete, you know.
Right.
Come on, man.
What you gonna do?
Kevin, welcome to
Yes,
the
sir.
neighborhood, man. We appreciate you. By
Thank
all
you. Thank
means,
you
you
for
know,
having me.
if you come up with any topics or you want to be a part of any of this, man, you're more than welcome to join us. We don't mind. This is a place where grown folks can talk without
you.
judgment. So
Thank you for having me.
absolutely. Hi, Danielle.
Man, you know she sleep.
He like, don't be calling my name.
You know, she sleep. As soon as the
Hey.
sun go down.
That part. To my audience, you guys, to the Gentlemen After Dark, I'm going to call y'all the crew. The Gentlemen After Dark crew. That's not the panel. That's the audience. Thank you guys for tuning in again. We appreciate you guys. You know, we got some things coming up. I had some conversations, some things that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about breast cancer awareness, you guys. We didn't talk about domestic violence. I think that all was during the month of October. Totally dropped the ball and missed that. So we're going to bring that into our conversation over the next couple of weeks and make sure that we talk to those individuals as well. For my grown folk them, that's Kevin, that's Miss Day, that's the dude Dev, and Miss 3. I appreciate you guys 100% as always. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. I gotta get a mouth. Night, night. Sleep well. From the desert to the sea, and to all who have decided to chat with me, good evening.